I got hit by a bus.
Like, people are in the Reddit group.
So we'll look into the national debt. Can I rip that again, Danny?
I feel like we're doing a good job.
And call me crazy.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in to Biking into Cars on your holiday. Today we have a very food appropriate, food related topic. We're discussing all things food science. We're going to be talking about some food myths, some food fun facts. We'll be getting into prison wine. That's kind of what prompted this whole topic. Yes, we will be talking cranberries for Thanksgiving, because cranberries are a big part of Thanksgiving.
And just cranberries.
Yeah, but like people eat cranberries on Thanksgiving. That's like a thing for the turkey, because you got to make turkey taste better. Okay, so first up for food science, we are going to be talking about cranberries, because
Yay!
Bella was excited to talk about cranberries and to explore all things cranberry related. So that's what we're going to do.
To be completely frank, cranberries were a big reason we started this podcast.
It was one of the first things you were like, we have to talk about
been
cranberries.
and I also, and Spirit Halloween, and a third weird thing. And I was like, you know what?
We could start a podcast.
I need a podcast. Because this is really important stuff. And then I talked to you about it, and you were like, yeah.
I mean, I have a face for radio.
Me too.
Okay. So the chemistry of the cranberry. Do you want to tell everyone why you were interested in cranberries? So you want to tell everyone about...
Yeah, cranberries are very interesting to me because I love cranberry muffins. And one year I was like, you know what, I'm going to make myself a cranberry muffin. Like a whole batch, actually. And I went to this. It was like around Thanksgiving time, and I saw a bag of cranberries. I was like, oh my God, this is exciting. I'm going to make myself... So anyways, purchased some cranberries. I'm like, I've never had a plain cranberry before. Might as well take a bite.
Yeah.
Foul, disgusting. It's what I imagine tree berries taste like. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the berries that fall from trees.
Like,
do they have those in Florida?
No, I think our berries are on bushes. Okay.
Well, they're just like trees, and some of the trees have like little berry fruits. And
I never picked...
then they fall, and... they look pretty, and I've never eaten them, but I imagine that they all taste like cranberries. And then you pop a cranberry into something and heat it up, and now it tastes wonderful and is the perfect accoutrement to a muffin. And so I would like to know why that is.
Okay. So...
why did they go from rubber to...
delicious sweetness?
Yeah.
No, that's a valid question, and I have some valid answers
From
for
rubber
you.
to rock star.
Okay, so something that I think you'll find quite interesting about the cranberry, before we get into the chemistry behind it, is when people are seeing if a cranberry is ripe, what they do is they bounce it on the floor, and if it bounces like a rubber ball would, that means it's
Like
ripe. Yes. So you bounce a cranberry and it goes, bop, 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 bop. Yes. And so the rubbery cranberry taste possibly means that the cranberry is ripe. So, as you pointed out, when you bite into even the ripest of cranberry, it's not going to taste great because it's raw. And with a cranberry, in order for it to be sweet, it needs to be heated, because the cranberry has two specific things in it.
Is it a fruit?
Yeah, it's a berry. Cranberry.
Yeah, no, I know, but sometimes,
a cranberry is 100% a fruit.
Are you 100% sure?
I would bet so much money on it.
I wouldn't bet any money that it's not. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's a fruit.
Okay.
Like 1,000%.
Because Google confirmed it.
Cranberries are fruits.
Vegetables, the ambiguous
Yeah,
thing.
yes. Cranberry is a fruit.
Are you sure? From the internet?
Yes, from the internet. Okay, from the google.com. Okay. So, cranberries have pectin and acidic compounds. These compounds are what make cranberries sour and gross and rubbery tasting.
Okay.
However, when you heat the cranberry, the cell walls break down, and within these cell walls are sugar, so the cell walls break down, and then the sugar rushes into the cranberry, and then you pop it into your mouth when it's in a muffin, and it's like, sweetness.
Okay, so something with science.
Yeah, I mean, of course. So pectin is an acidic polysaccharide, which then interacts with the acidic compounds in whatever food it's in. And this is what creates the jam and gelatinous texture of cranberries in the can.
Oh, well, that's gross.
Oh, I know, but that's how it happens. Like, that's why it happens. Because they have such a high
They don't
pectin
add any gelatin
compound.
to that?
No, they gel on their own
So they
because
just
of
put
what's
cranberry
released.
in a can.
I mean,
and turns
it
into
goes
Jell-O?
through, you know, it's the same way like they heat them to, like, it goes through a similar scientific process. But yeah,
Just feels very unrelated to the cranberry that I bite into in my muffin.
but isn't that kind of the beauty of it?
Yeah, I guess sometimes the apple does fall far from the tree.
Right, but that's why cranberries sweet.
Okay. Well, yeah, and they're not exactly sweet.
Right. I'm not a huge
They're,
cranberry
like, tangy.
person. I don't love a
You don't like a
cranberry.
cranberry muffin? Cranberry orange muffin?
No, I mean, if you made it for
Some
me,
orange zest?
if you made it for me, I wouldn't not eat it. But like, come Thursday, Thanksgiving, you will not catch me putting any cranberry of any sort on my plate. Okay, so that's the cranberry. But now I want to get into like some real science. So we're going to talk about fermentation. And we're going to talk about pasteurization.
Okay.
Okay.
This is sounding like a lot of science.
I know, but it's important so we can learn more about it.
Okay.
So fermentation.
I'm gonna have a great.
What do you know about fermentation?
Fermentation is a process that happens to maybe sugar or some sort of glucose, like glucose, saccharose, fructose.
Anything that rhymes with gross. If you watch
I think
Nickelodeon.
that's sugar.
Yeah.
And a lack of oxygen. And I think also it's noteworthy to talk about the fermentation I've done personally. I had forgotten about a fruit or two in a lunchbox.
Disgusting.
Or a locker or two or a smoothie in
Vile.
a locker for a
Vile.
year. And
Gross. Okay. So before you steal my spotlight, fermentation is a metabolic process
that happens in my locker.
where microorganisms such
my
as
mom used to send me with smoothie cups every day.
I mean,
And one time, there was like she put spinach in them too, and there'd be like these chunks of spinach, and I basically threw them.
gross. That's disgusting.
But it was really sweet, and I do feel bad. It was a lot. I'm sorry, Mom.
You know she's gonna listen to this one.
It's a lot of thrown out. Like, oh, it was bad. But
Okay.
Yeah, one of them fermented in my.
So what happened during that was that fermentation is just a metabolic process.
Does it have anything to do with locusts?
No. So microorganisms, the microorganisms here are going to be like yeast, bacteria. Those convert carbohydrates, such as sugars, into
And
acids.
these are alive, did we decide?
Yes. Acids, gases, or alcohol. This process is used to make common foods and beverages like bread, wine, beer, yogurt, cheese, kombucha, kefir, yogurt, sauerkraut, all that
It's
jazz.
just yogurt.
Yeah, but it's like extra fermented yogurt. It's like a liquidy yogurt.
Gross.
So
Is cheese fermented?
some cheeses. So the microbe, which is the yeast or bacteria,
Yeast.
yes, goes around and it like eats the sugar molecules that are found in the food. So it's like Pac-Man, num 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 num, and it eats the sugar. And that's so the eating of the sugar is the microbe breaking it down to get energy. Fermentation needs very little or no oxygen in order to occur. And you need like the air to be at the right temperature, the pH levels have to be right, and the salt and sugar needs to be right. This is why sometimes when people like try to make sourdough bread, but it's like a humid climate, like it won't rise properly. So it's all very important. But with that being said, fermentation creates one of the most interesting things in my opinion, which is going to be prison wine. So prison wine has a few names. It goes by, right, so there's toilet wine. There's also Pruno. My favorite is Hooch. I think Hooch that's like what I learned about, like true crime and all that.
Hooch to me just
Careful.
is like vagina.
Right. Cut it out. I'm pulling rank. Be quiet. I'm older. Okay. So prison wine is made.
The only rank that counts.
No, shut up. So prison wine is made by undergoing fermentation. So the yeast plus the sugar creates alcohol plus CO2. I'm going to end this podcast. This is why people don't make it to episode 21 because they have immature co-hosts.
Okay, I'm sorry that I'm just having a blast and a half.
I'm so sorry to our serious audience members that are trying to learn about food science today. Bella is not taking the subject seriously.
Talk about serious things unseriously. That's what I'm doing. We're talking about something serious unseriously.
Okay, well, we're about to get to some sad things, so keep it to yourself.
I don't think I can.
Well, we're going to talk about death. No, we're not. Okay, so prison wine.
Oh.
So prison wine, basically the yeast releases into the air, and then it converts the sugar in like the fruit or the juice that they use to make it into alcohol. So like the longer you let it sit in a controlled environment with no oxygen.
Wait, I'm having an intrusive thought.
Share it.
Do you think in female prison that they use yeast from yeast
No.
infections?
No, and I think we should cut that out because that's disgusting.
I think that's a good question.
It's not the same thing.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think we should keep that.
Danny, control your sister.
What?
Control your sister.
You said yeast like 30 seconds after I said vagina. Of course I was going to think yeast infection.
You have to be an adult. This is an adult conversation.
Yeast infections are very adult.
Yes, I know, but they're not drinking yeast infection.
Okay, so you can't make fermentation from yeast infection. We know now.
I think we always knew.
You knew that and you taught me. And that's what this is for. We're supposed to look into stuff. And I'm allowed to ask you questions.
Okay.
Put on your big girl panties.
Okay. So, prison wine is typically made, or was, I should say, typically made from things like apples, oranges, fruit cocktail, hard candies, sugar,
Punch.
and incorrectly they tried to use crumbled bread, but that does not work. Bread does not, because it's already been made.
You cannot make wine out of croutons.
No, you definitely cannot.
Jesus maybe could.
I don't even think Jesus could. The yeast has already been
No, he
cooked.
turned water into wine. He just needs
I
water.
think water is different than bread. Bread's not even in the right state.
Isn't there water in bread? Like Percy Jackson, he could suck the water out
No.
of the bread and then turn that
I
into
don't think
wine.
so because it's already been used. It's already undergone the cooking process,
Okay.
the heating
Heard it here
process.
first. Even Jesus.
I don't think he could do it. So, what is interesting about prison wine, apart from the obvious that they're making wine from scratch, is that with any type of fermentation, if it is not controlled, there is a risk of botulism. And there were more than a few botulism outbreaks in prisons around the country.
Yeah.
And it's very sad. In 2004 and 2005, there were botulism outbreaks in 2 California prisons. There was one in 2012, and then there was another one.
Botulism, just a poison.
I actually don't know. Let me
Like
see
that's
what
the
the
same thing that
symptoms
happens
are.
when you get bad plastic surgery, or no? Is it not?
No, I think that's just
Is it
this is foodborne botulism.
But what is like? Okay, whatever.
Okay, so
What
foodborne
is
botulism. It's a rare but serious illness caused by a toxin from the bacteria Clostridium botulinum that paralyzes muscles, leading to difficulty breathing and potentially death. Symptoms include blurred or double vision, drooping eyelids, slurred speech, difficulty swallowing, and descending muscle weakness. Botulism is typically spread through contaminated food, but also through infected wounds or in infants from spores in the digestive tract. 2004-2005, there were botulism outbreaks in 2 California prisons. There was another one in 2012.
As there were plenty of botulism in California hospitals.
Yes, botched.
California was botched
Yeah,
all over, from prison to hospital.
I know. But then there was also one in like a men's prison. Like they're just rampant because they still make prison wine. But
Mental
after
plastic surgery.
yes, but like after the botulism outbreaks, like the back-to-back ones, they did try to limit the like fresh fruits and juices that were in prisons to avoid it. Obviously, they couldn't eliminate all of it because then you're like not feeding someone all of the food pyramid, and that's not okay. So they gave them some, but like not enough. But it did
And this
lead
is America. I mean,
Right.
you can't get rid of all the fruit.
right, but like it did lead to hoarding of like food and like in prisons. So
Probably rats
yes, so the place. So you
and ants.
you call it toilet wine, and that is accurate. It is sometimes made in the toilet. It is also made inside walls, inside trash bins, inside mattresses, like really anywhere you can hide something, they're making it. And the way that they do it is with a plastic bag,
Inside a shoe.
if you could, although there might be too much oxygen in a shoe. Like, it needs to be able to, like, close. So, like, in the wall, you, like, you know, get it in there, and it's in there.
Right.
In the toilet, you
got
can
you.
cover it. But, so it's a plastic bag, hot running water, a towel or a sock to conceal whatever, like, the pulp or the fruit that you're using. And the fermentation then creates a bile flavored wine cooler.
Yum.
And that is prison wine.
And then
Do you think you would try prison wine?
no.
Okay. I wouldn't either.
I
if
think
you were
prison wine
curious.
would kill me.
Yeah, I know. It's disgusting.
I think one sip of prison wine would
Take you out.
yeah.
Hangover for the rest of my
No,
life, I think.
actually truly think that it would kill me. It would stop my heart. Or I would go brain dead.
It just sounds so gross.
It would be the concussion that took me over the edge.
That's fair. Okay. So now we're going to talk about another science-related thing. We're going to talk about pasteurization.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you know who discovered pasteurization? That would be
Yes. Pasteur. Michel.
Louis
Michelin.
Pasteur. Louis Pasteur.
Louis.
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 Louis. So Louis Pasteur discovered that when you heat milk to 161 degrees Fahrenheit, it kills harmful bacteria without changing the taste of milk. So
Can we change the taste?
I think if you heat it too much, probably.
That would be nice, though.
I know, I hate milk.
Right, that's what I'm saying. People were trying to avoid that.
Some people like milk. I'll never
Some
forget
people kill their parents.
some. Okay. I mean, yeah. Sometimes, like
100% of people that kill their parents
growing up,
drink milk.
I don't even need to see the research. I believe that.
I don't know for a fact. I just know it's true.
It's 100% true. Like, growing up, there were a few times I was at people's homes for dinner, and they would put a glass of milk on the table, and I just looked at it, and I was like, am I supposed to do something with this milk? Like, do you expect me to drink this? So, pasteurization was actually first done in AD 1117.
Okay, that's not like that's modern time.
Yeah. But that's when it was first done. It was not
I
first
have to
done.
if you want to shock me, you're gonna have to give me a BC,
Okay, well,
a BCE.
that's not when it happened.
No,
But
I mean that's a long time ago, of course. But just the pause
right.
it gave, I was
Okay.
like,
But the first thing that it was done to,
but that's a long time ago.
right, and it wasn't even milk they did it to. It was wine. Wine was the first thing that humans pasteurized, and it was done
But why
by the
did you
Chinese.
pasteurize?
That
Like,
is,
what is it
it was
why?
to deactivate unwanted microorganisms.
Oh, it makes it like safer.
Cleaner, yeah.
Cool.
So it was the Chinese that first did this.
We should clean our milk.
No, agreed. We should clean
Got
everything.
milk? How about clean milk?
I mean, we do clean our milk.
No, I know. The rest of the world.
And so the Japanese also were pasteurizing. In 1618, the monks wrote about it in the diary of Tomon and Nikki.
Tibetan monks?
I think just Japanese monks. So before we were able to pasteurize milk, people were dying from drinking milk. That was not clean. So by 19...
Well, I guess we are kind of the only animals that drink other animals' milk.
Correct. We're engaging in milk cannibalism.
No,
No, I know.
the opposite.
I know. We're drinking other milk. Well, not me.
No, neither am I.
I like a nice almond
So
milk.
I guess there would be a problem if you're going to be like starting to suckle on the udders of another.
Yes, correct. Your
Species.
body's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? So by 1999, most liquid products were heat treated in a continuous system where heat would be applied using a heat exchanger or indirect hot water and steam. So that's pasteurization. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, are we the only country that does pasteurization? And the answer would be no. Most countries do pasteurize.
Well, yeah, of course, because people aren't just dying of milk.
Yes, correct. So, something that is interesting, though, is in other countries, they do pasteurization differently. So, the U.S., we pasteurize our milk at 161
Right there.
degrees for 15 seconds.
Love it.
Other countries heat their milk, let's say, somewhere like 280 degrees, which is
hot.
called ultra pasteurization, but they only do it for 2 seconds. And
Not
when
enough time.
no, but this is why, like in Europe, the milk sometimes is like shelf stable because they're doing ultra. It has a longer shelf life. And then there's low
But it
temperature,
doesn't
long
taste as
time.
much like milk.
I mean,
It's actually a win-win.
right. I mean, if you like
They might
milk,
They might be doing milk better.
right? Maybe that's why when I go to Europe, I'm like, yeah, give me a milk cappuccino,
Oh.
like a real milk, not like an almond milk. Although I don't do almond milk anymore because of the environment.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now I do. I like an
Will
oat.
you eat an almond?
Almonds just aren't my favorite.
Yeah, I actually don't like
They're
almonds
not my
either.
favorite. Yeah, I don't know. They're better nuts. I like a pistachio,
Although, like, there's a specific type of almond pastry that I don't mind.
like an almond croissant. I love an almond croissant.
Yeah.
But that's also like more giving marzipan.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ironically, I actually don't really like marzipan.
So yeah. So
Almond?
that's pasteurization. I think it's pretty interesting. And it's a great thing that we do.
Yeah, and like, so other places they don't pasteurize their cheese, and that's why they can't come to America.
What?
No, this is legit.
Okay.
Pasteurized cheese is something that like is an American thing.
I don't know.
Or unpasteurized cheese is European, and like you can't bring it here.
Now there's a thing. I don't know if you've seen. It's kind of akin to like the RFK
Maha.
movement, right? Maha, as our listeners will know, where there's a lot of people that are engaging like the raw milk, which is just unpasteurized
Oh yeah,
milk.
and they're just like dying from it, probably.
And like some places, people are like, it. I don't know enough about it to speak like very factually. It's more just kind of what I'm perusing on Reddit. So everyone, please take this with a grain of salt here. But it does seem that in like more affluent areas, the raw milk, the raw dairy is maybe like if you have the access to these places, maybe it's like not causing problems, but it could just also be like luck of the draw. Like I don't think we're hearing about people eating raw milk that are like dying from it or getting sick from it because they're probably not talking about it. We just hear the good stories. But I'm a proponent of pasteurization. I think it's very important, and we should all be on the pasteurization grind.
Yeah, I'm a proponent of
Food
both
safety.
more pasteurization and the consumption of less milk,
Yes.
unless you're at bebe.
This is this is not a pro milk community.
Right.
If you listen to this podcast, I hope you're not drinking your milk.
Babies.
I agree. Okay, so enough about the seriousness. We are going to be talking about some fun facts. And to accompany us on our fun facts, we're going to be eating my current favorite food. It's the Fruit Riot.
They're very sour grapes.
These are the sour grape, the mix. We got mixed berry, lemon lime, green apple, freshly frozen grapes splashed with lemon juice and a sour candy coating. Just so everyone knows, we are not sponsored by Fruit Riot,
But we would like
although I would love to be. It's kind of a dream partnership for me. So Fruit Riot, if you're listening, if you want to send us a bag, that would be awesome. Just one bag would be so cool. I love you guys so much. Really. So with that being said, I actually do want to talk about Fruit Riot and grapes, just to kick things off. So if you guys have ever noticed, frozen grapes, like when you freeze them, they're a little sweeter than they normally are. And this takes us back to, if you were paying attention, the cranberries. Because when you freeze something, the same as when we were heating the cranberries, the cell walls expand into ice, which break down and release more sugar, which I actually think is why the Fruit Riots are so good, because the grapes get sweeter in the freezer because they're frozen, but the sour candy makes your face look like that. So Fruit Riot is made by, in case you were curious, combining fresh, flash frozen fruit with a sour sugar coating. The coating is made up of sugar, citric and malic acids, soluble corn fiber, and cornstarch. So we love Fruit Riot over here. And the grapes are especially delicious because you're getting some sweetness and some sourness. So that's your first fun food fact today. The next fun fact actually goes out to Bella's mom and my future mother-in-law. This is a fun fact for her. So we're going to talk about carrots. I don't know if any of you guys go to Whole Foods and see that they often have tricolor carrots. You've got your purples, your yellows, your oranges, and you might actually be interested to know that carrots were originally purple and that orange carrots are a human-made mutation from the 17th century, which is why you might notice that the purple and yellow carrots taste better because they're not mutated. So, Kelly, we love the purple carrots. More purple carrots, please. The next fun fact is going to be about chocolate. I assume we all like chocolate. We're familiar with chocolate? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So chocolate actually has this very cool scientific property where it melts specifically at body temperature, which is why when you put chocolate in your mouth, it melts. Not your pocket. Although I guess your pocket too, because it's close to the body.
Yes.
Right. But it's more exciting about the mouth. Like you pop like a Dove little candy in your mouth and all of a sudden it's like a melty like chocolate syrup, just like delight.
No, I know. It just feels like the mouth is like the water.
No.
Probably helps melt too.
What? No. It's in your mouth.
I know. I just think water. Your saliva.
The mouth is obviously the same.
Too.
Okay. Not to. I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you here. But when you're taking your body temperature.
I know. You take it in your mouth or your anus.
Right, but we're not putting chocolate there. We're putting chocolate in our mouth. Mm-hmm. So, that's chocolate.
Wait, so are your mouth and your butthole the same temperature?
I don't know. Probably. It would have to be. A doctor could weigh in here, probably. If there are any doctors that are listening to this podcast for some reason. No, it's an interesting question. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's possible. I would actually, someone could, if you know the answer to that, please write it off in the comments. I would appreciate that.
Also, when I take my body temperature, is that what the inside of my body, like my heart, if you took the temperature there, would it be warmer?
We might have to have a doctor on the podcast.
Things are happening in there. It's like the electricity of my body.
If there are any doctors that are listening to this, please come on the podcast and answer our questions. Okay, the next fact is a little history knowledge for you. Historia. So, did you know that honey never goes bad?
Yes, because of Jurassic Park.
Okay. Well, the reason that the rest of the world...
I've never seen Jurassic Park.
Oh, we should watch that.
Yeah. But no, because it's an amazing preservative, so I did know that.
So, honey, the reason that the rest of the world knows this is because...
Mummies?
Archaeologists found honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that were still perfectly edible due to low moisture and natural acidity from over 3,000 years ago.
And I would never try that.
And I would.
My dad would too.
I know. We'd put it in our tea.
I just feel like it would taste very smoky.
It's not mezcal.
I know there's something about it that just would be smoky.
I don't think so.
I don't like smoky things. I don't like mezcal.
Okay. The next fact isn't anything crazy, but bread goes stale faster in the fridge because cold accelerates the starch crystallization. So if you guys buy bread and you're planning on using it in the next 3 days, don't put it in the fridge. It should only go in the fridge if you're going to be making croutons, breadcrumbs.
It's going to last you and you don't want it to mold.
Right. Correct. If you have to have bread for the next week.
Toast it or you're
right. Making a sandwich.
Yeah.
If you're doing it fresh out the. Yeah. Right. But that's interesting.
The kitchen.
Right. And then the next fact is that vanilla, the bean of the vanilla, comes from one of my favorite flowers. The orchid. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Vanilla and orchids, they're one and the same.
I guess that does make sense because, when you get vanilla bean ice cream and, sometimes, the logo is,
like a flower.
It's here.
Yeah. Right. That's interesting. They're trying to educate us.
From
Love Harry Potter. I know what it's from. I know. Okay, and then the last fun fact is about color. So did you know that red peppers and green peppers are the same pepper?
I actually did know that.
I know.
This is we had to redo this.
I know. And you can't lie. Right, this is a refill. That's why Bella knows a lot more than she should, because I already taught her. But I'm also learning it means I'm a really good teacher.
And my memory's not as bad as like
Right. So for our listeners,
Scattabos.
right, red peppers are just ripe green peppers. So the green pepper,
yellow pepper,
right.
yeah. Red pepper, yellow pepper, red pepper, yellow pepper.
So the red pepper is riper, which means it has more vitamin C and more sweetness. That's why green peppers, they just don't taste that great. Like, no one really ever is wanting a green pepper.
Me, I couldn't tell the difference.
I just think if you guys are going to go use peppers in a recipe, get the red, don't get the green. Come on, what is that?
No, that's how, I mean, my mom hates green peppers.
Because they're not ripe. And as we discussed,
green bananas.
right, but as we discussed, there are some foods that ripen off of the vine or bush or whatever they come from.
Yes, and some that ripen on the vine.
Right. So like peppers, when you take them off,
I think they all ripen on the vine.
yes,
But some just
continue to ripen. And peppers stop. So that's why at the grocery store, the green peppers don't become red. They just stay green and then they go bad.
Right.
So that's peppers for you.
Peppers.
So this was a nice, short and sweet food science episode. Hopefully it got you through your commute to one of your Thanksgiving dinners. I hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty light. Maybe you got some fun facts you can share at Thanksgiving to avoid any uncomfortable political conversations.
And you can share what you know about cranberries.
Right. And you can also share about the pardon turkeys that you learned about on Monday. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. We appreciate you so much and have an excellent holiday. Anything to add?
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys.
Pardon turkeys.
Amen.